Hello and welcome to a new scrapbook process. I am introducing you to the new Wander paper collection that was just released July 1st from Close to My Heart. So today's pattern is coming from page 36 of our Make It From Your Heart Volume 5 how-to book, which features both scrapbook and card patterns for those who love it all. So right now I'm just taking some strips from the cardstock and the paper collection here, and I am going to align them so they're just a little bit from the top and a little bit from the bottom, about centered, if you will, giving a little more space at the bottom. And I want them to stay underneath this large piece that I have here for my photo mats, so I want them to all be aligned under. So I'm just doing a little dry run here. The top piece that I'm using up here is actually a zip strip, which is that fun little pattern piece that's about a 1/2 inch wide that you can find on all of your scrapbook pages printed pages from Close to My Heart. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of shimmer trim here, which is I believe 3/8 of an inch wide, and it comes in 5-yard increments. And so today I'm just using the black. I absolutely love it. It has just enough shimmer to it to not make it girly, but also it doesn't flake. That's a great thing too. But so it just adds a little pizzazz here. So in this 2-page design, I am going to make sure as I lay my pieces down that there is enough space between those little strips there. You could put them all together and smash them. That would be perfectly fine. It's totally whatever makes your heart happy. And you see I put a little pencil mark tick there, and that's just so that I can work myself from the outside in so that I have more of an eye-pleasing view here. And you can see I'm just toggling things around to make sure that I get what looks good to me. I'm just eyeballing my spacing here. All the measurements for this layout can be found in the Volume 5 how-to book, Make It From Your Heart. And so I'm not going to just really give off those, but if you did want to do some paper saving measures here, when you go to cut your design out, you could just cut the top and the bottom pieces versus the whole strip. I'm adding another one of those little zip strips at the bottom of my photo mat, and then I'm going to come over and start on the right side of the page. Now, I do a lot of tweaking to this page after and off camera, but I wanted to give you the basic concept of introducing this paper collection to you and a quick layout just as is. So I'm going to come in with 3 more pieces for my right side and 2 photo mats, which I end up changing this in my final one, which I think is very important that when you're creating your pages and you're taking inspiration from someone else, you can do it exactly how they have, but just also remember that you have the freedom and flexibility to do whatever makes your heart happy. So these are holding 3x4 photo mats, and then I'll have 2 extra photos added here without photo mats. Now I'm going to come in and do some stamping here, and I am using the Wander card making stamp set. I meant to order the scrapbooking one, and lo and behold, I have the card making one, so we're going to make do. I'm just doing a little trial run, and you can see I have some bubbles underneath my stamp. So if your stamp does something like that, check it for bubbles when you're putting it on. This is brand new, so I'm just sort of conditioning the stamp set before I get going here. And then I'm going to leave this on the paper for just a minute, and the ink is going to have some time to absorb into the paper while I get my thin cuts out that match this collection. I love this mountain. It's super cute. Yeah, I don't have any mountains in Ohio where I am, but gosh bless it, I think it's just cute anyways. And I love this little lake thin cut. It doesn't have a stamp to go with it, but it is so stinking cute. You could use it for a mud puddle. So if you're in an ATV or off-roading, or you have a little toddler that loves Peppa Pig, think of this little lake here as also a mud puddle in some browns, cardstock, or even shaded pattern paper. So I have all of my little trees cut out here, and this is all going to create my title. And you'll see in the final pictures at the end of the video that I end up using the lake, and I end up cutting it in half and using it behind the title, and it just really accentuates and puts more emphasis on that title since it is smaller than what a traditional one. I'm going to go with To Another Year of Adventure for my title, and again I'm just conditioning that, and I'll come in with a little photo trimmer and trim this out. So what I'm doing here is just quickly squirting my stamps with some water and then cleaning it off with my scrubber until I can get a chance to really clean them, and this just helps prevent getting any ink dried on in between cleaning. And I thought I might use this other additional one that I had stamped, and then I decided against it. So I'm just going to come in and angle cut the ends here and do a little distress with my ink on the edges. And here's my lake. I know I want to use it, but I really don't, I don't really know where it fits in. And so I end up not using it on the video, but again, like I said, later on. So I'm just like putting these together in groups of odd. So on the right side I use 3 little trees, and on the left side of that mountain I use 1. And then I'm going to come in and arrange those just like I did my dry run, and then put my titles down on top. Now I didn't pop anything up on this particular layout, and of course you don't have to pop anything up if you don't want to either. I do come in later on, and you'll see in the final that I do some tone-on-tone stamping on each one of those cardstock panels. So I've taken all of the little bitty stamps that are included in this collection, and I add them, ink each piece that's on there in the corresponding color. Excuse me, I lost my tone there for a second. So there's these little crossbars in here. I'm going to stamp that in sapphire and just kind of accentuate the bottom down here. And then I'm going to come in with this cute little saying, which I really got a kick out of it. It's called Cheers to S'more Years. And I'm going to do 2nd and 3rd generation stamping. I can see it wonderful on my layout in person. I do realize that on camera it doesn't capture it as well. I came in with a little bit of Toffee ink to do this. Now Toffee isn't part of the collection, but it does go with my pictures that I put on later, so it's fine, and it actually ends up incorporating really well. And then on the top of this I'm going to add some s'mores in, which at the end of the day, when I go and put my pictures on them, I forget to put the picture with s'mores of us roasting s'mores, but it's all good. So anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this process, and I have inspired you to be creative. Here's the final layout, and you can see that tone-on-tone stamping, some doodles around the edge, and some of our really fun pictures from the lake and camping by there. This is found in our new catalog that was just released in July, and here's another shot at those beautiful papers. Until next time.